In these tough economic times, ranchers can't afford to invest in cattle without all the information necessary to make confident decisions. The Cattleman reporter Matt Fleck has more on a powerful and cost-effective tool that producers can use to help take some risk out of their management choices.
For years, Craig Mowry has been a successful seed stock producer in South Dakota. His ranch was founded in 1980 with a crossbred herd, but Mowry now sells only purebred Angus to customers across the region.
I actually started with just crossbred cows, and then on the branch that I had at Belvedere, and decided that I wanted to get into basically more of a purebred type of an operation. So we had a breeder down at south of here that sold super registered cattle, some of the best in this area, and I purchased 109 head of those cattle over a 3-year period. Everything here is all directly related now from that original start.
Mowry knows success in the seed stock business isn't just about selling cattle, it's about offering a wide array of services. Bull buyers are spending good money to buy bulls, and with that increased level of investment comes an increased level of expectations. That's why Mowry turned to Igenity to help improve the quality of his cow herd using their DNA technology.
When Craig had called me up, he has unpapered Angus cattle, and he wanted to be able to say, look, this is where my cattle sit for marbling potential, and so then he'd have some numbers, I guess, as compared to some other seed stock producers.
I've always selected my cattle for either, all of the different traits, I guess, that were important to me, large scrotal and marbling, and as time went on, I kind of wanted to find out, through all these years of all this work, how, have I improved? Where was I at with it? And so when I saw the ad for Igenity, I contacted them, and then Zach contacted me in return and came out, and we met, discussed how the program worked, and I thought that sounded like it was a good fit for what I was interested in.
The Igenity profile allows ranchers to evaluate traits that were previously expensive or difficult to measure, especially in young animals. Producers can apply this information to help make more confident selection decisions, and it all comes from a single DNA sample.
Igenity profile fits very well for a seed stock producer, just because of the comprehensive nature of the profile with 15 economically important traits. There's likely going to be several of those traits that are really important for no matter which seed stock producer you're looking at. So that producer can utilize the Igenity profile to help them make selection decisions, mating decisions, as well as breeding decisions in their seed stock operation. So that's going to be really critical for them.
There's a lot that you can see when you look at your cattle. You can sort for phenotype or based on their parentage or lineage, but the traits that you can't measure, you can find out through Igenity. We offer traits such as tenderness, ribeye, marbling, feed efficiency. We also do some maternal traits such as calving ease, docility, heifer pregnancy rate, and stayability. So we really cover a gamut of traits, and whether you're also looking to do coat color or horn polled, we can add those on as well.
Igenity can provide seed stock producers an important competitive edge and give their commercial customers more confidence in their purchasing decisions. That's the case for Steve Perry, who buys his cattle from Mowry Ranches. Perry likes the extra information he gets from Mowry Ranches thanks to their use of DNA technology.
Years ago, you had to have a pretty sharp eye, and you still do, I guess, but now a lot of the work is done for you. Why not use technology? The best thing is I know what I'm getting. If it says it on the sheet, when I buy the bull, I go and look at the bulls ahead of time sometimes, and I talk to Craig over the year, but when I read it on the paper, I know that's what I'm getting. I don't plan on purchasing anything that isn't Igenity tested.
By putting the power of DNA to work, producers can learn more about each individual calf's genetic potential and in turn make decisions about each calf's future with more confidence. Producers who know about the genetics and health of their cattle are in better shape to be profitable when retaining ownership.
For a seed stock operation in this case, replacement heifer selection is critical, absolutely critical, because it's shaping the future of the cow herd and what they're going to eventually, that operation is going to produce in terms of heifers to sell, bulls to market, and so forth. They'll be able to take a look at some of those important traits, whether it's marbling, it's some of the maternal traits, heifer pregnancy rates, stayability. Those important traits, we can incorporate and look at those traits, rank the animals from best to worst.
I want the longevity bred into the bulls that I keep, and then having the knowledge that the DNA is good on the cattle just basically reassures you that you're keeping the right cattle.
The best time to collect DNA samples is when cattle are already being worked. This can be as simple as applying an ear tag thanks to the Igenity tissue collection device.
We chose to go the route of the tag because it just seemed like it would be faster through the chute and not terribly prohibitive in price. So we typically just do that when we're working the bulls, and doesn't take but an extra 5-10 seconds to put the tag in. So it made it very easy.
Basically, any time an animal goes through the chute is a good time to collect DNA tissue samples. Whether that's using our Igenity tissue tag collector, it's a hair sample, it's a blood sample, semen sample. Really any time that animal's going through the chute, where that animal is easily accessible, we ought to be taking a DNA sample, so then that producer can utilize the Igenity profile information.
Information from Igenity is presented on an easy-to-understand 1 to 10 scale for each trait. Igenity offers a team of advisors to help producers better manage and apply the technology.
Before we start testing, we sit down and I say, what do you want to learn from the DNA technology? And we set out just kind of a loose little structure, I guess, on what they want to learn. When we do the testing, I want people to have a vision in mind. So then when we get the results back, we can see how these results compared against the vision.
We have a number of Igenity sales representatives as well as technical service representatives in the field that work with our customers one-on-one to help them better understand the results that they receive back on the Igenity profile, as well as in utilizing some of our software tools to make better decisions using the Igenity profile in their operation.
Improving beef quality is a longer-term but powerful application of Igenity's DNA testing. The comprehensive inside information enables producers to breed specifically for the eating quality of the beef. Producing tender beef from top quality cattle will help the bottom line of ranchers all across the nation.
Everybody wants to eat a good steak. There's nothing worse than to buy meat and then be dissatisfied with it. So if we can have the marbling and the flavor and then have it be super tender, I think we'll have repeat business over a period of time, and it will just grow. If we can collectively produce a better quality of meat, I think it's going to be better for the whole industry as a whole.
If you're looking to differentiate yourself when you're marketing your calves, this is a great way to do it.
We're very involved in the beef industry, and we love the beef industry and are all about improving it. And I think what gets me excited is this is a revolutionary technology that is pretty neat in terms of what it can do for our beef industry.
With the help of Igenity, DNA technology is becoming an essential and easy-to-use tool that's helping producers in all phases of the cattle industry take some of the risk out of the decisions they make. Reporting from South Dakota, I'm Matt Fleck for NCBA's Cattleman to Cattleman.
Now, to learn more about Igenity and how DNA technology can be applied on your cattle operation, visit our website at cattlemantocattleman.org.